Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Avatar Wolf. I got a partner tonight,
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back for some football stuff.
and we're going to talk about each and every game this week for week 15 as we actually have time to actually record with each other for once in our lives. But
I
before
know,
we
right?
actually, I know, right? It's been like a while. We're going to try and make it short and sweet for you guys, but I don't know how long it's going to take, sadly.
No, because I think I got a lot to rant about once you bring stuff up. So,
Before we start off here, we're going to have the standings go on the screen right now. Here's the standings. I'm in first. Potter right
second,
behind me. Hmm?
second place, baby.
And remember, guys, it's only week 15, and we still have until week 18.
But
Anything can
remember, guys,
change.
it's only week 15, so pick it up. If anyone's trying to beat me, hint, hint, wink, wink, ace.
How about Ty? I mean, Ty has 104, and he's 103.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a really close race to try to see who could take second place. Are they going to try to take second place for me? I'll give you a hint. Probably not, because I'm pretty good at this shit.
Any thoughts before we actually start with the games?
For the longest, I was in first place, wasn't I?
Hmm.
For the longest time, I was in first place, wasn't I?
Yes,
Yeah, and I just shit the bed one week.
it happens though.
It's all right. We can't all be perfect all the time, but for the most part, I'm pretty spot on with my picks. I mean, at the beginning, I was kind of babbling and didn't know what I was talking about. Hashtag the Avatar Cam Jones.
Oh, that's still great though. That Avatar Cam Jones thing.
Yeah, it's gonna stick. It's gonna stick. I meant to talk about Cam Newton. I said Cam Jones. I think I was talking about Mac Jones.
You're
I
talking about
can't
Mac
remember.
Jones.
And I
It was
said
early in the
Cam Jones.
season.
I was thinking about Cam Newton. I don't know why. Anyways, but we came here to talk about football, and there's a lot of football to kind of talk about,
So let's talk about the
especially with
first
all
game.
this weirdness. With firstly, let's bring this up. So there's a new COVID variant. Things have been weird, I believe, in football right now. Believe the COVID is going to kind of screw some teams. So we're going to go ahead and go forward from there. Go ahead, Wolf. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna talk about the games as they happened. Of course, we're recording this on Saturday night, right?
Saturday
Yes.
night.
This will be up Sunday
So
morning
our picks for the Saturday night games, I had sent to Wolf this afternoon before the games even happened.
before the game because there's only one.
Oh yeah, there were supposed to be two, but the other one got pushed, I believe.
So we're gonna talk about the first game. Is the Thursday night game that happened. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Did you watch this game at all, Potter?
I did not. I had to work.
So let's talk about this game real quickly. I'm gonna actually get the stats up here. Um, you took Kansas City to win, didn't you?
I did, and I sent you that pick Wednesday night, I believe.
A
Like
lot of people took Kansas City.
in the middle of my shift, like I could show you screenshots of Wolf just hitting me up at random times, like a day before games. Like I need your pick now. Like okay, no matter what, I stopped and just send him my pick. But I
So
picked Kansas City, and they won, obviously.
they won in overtime, 34-28. It was a close
Oh
game,
wow, it
close
went to
contest.
OT.
Yes.
Wow.
Both teams really showing off tonight. I mean, the Chargers. We knew the Chargers are gonna keep it close for Kansas City. They have to win that game to actually win the division, keep it
Well,
even
yeah,
close
didn't
in the
they beat
division.
Kansas City earlier in the year though?
Yes, they did.
They did. I remember they did because there was hype around that Chargers team. There still is kind of hype for that Chargers team.
Let's be honest though, Kansas City has finally found their mojo back, and
It's
that's bad.
they're like the movie how Stella got their groove back. They kind of got their groove back, but I still think that team can be defeated. There's a chink in that armor for sure, and it is shown this season.
I think the problem with Kansas City having having what they have back is that they can be very deadly if they get the chance to, and that might be a problem in the playoffs,
But there's
especially.
also a chance. There's also a chance, like when they, for instance, I'll bring up when they played the Bills. that they get completely fucking decimated in every single part of their game. If they don't step up early and Patrick Mahomes start to get a roll, like, you know what I'm saying? Get on that roll. Do you see how quickly that defense pounced on that offense every single play? I'll just use that as an
Yes.
example. That's a very good example of what a good defense can do to a good offense, but a good offense that's not, in their zone. So
I
to see
think
Patrick performing the way he's performed compared to that is really nice to see them back to their form. Let's hope they can keep it going into this postseason, end of the season, see where they can strive to be in the playoff standings.
I think it's gonna be a close race for each and every team in the AFC this year. It's gonna be
It
very
really
close.
is, dude. It's gonna be like a battle royal. Like, have you ever it's gonna be like a good Royal Rumble.
Anyways, up next, let's talk about the game that's actually happening right now as we speak. New England against the Indianapolis Colts.
Emily
Uh,
Colts took New England. And I'm pretty sure it's halftime right now, and the Colts are winning.
17-0 right now is the score.
So anytime us Bills fans want to pick the Patriots to win, because people suggest it's a good idea. Again, hint, hint, wait, wait, Ace. People suggest it's a good idea because blah 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 blah. And look, they're shit in the bed again. The last time I listened to you, bud. Still
Well,
love you. You're a good dude. The last time I listened to you, bud.
let's give New England their credit. They are on a good
No.
wing streak lately.
How many picks has he thrown so far tonight? I know he threw one. He threw
Just
one
one.
before we even started recording.
Just one. Just one. Mac Jones has only thrown one so far. Cam Jones.
Yeah.
His name is Cam Jones from now on.
From now on.
Matt. Oh, he has 2 interceptions right now. Okay, so 2.
Yeah. See. Come on now. Like,
But
they played phenomenal against us. I don't know how that
oh,
Patriots offense.
they're in the third quarter. He just threw a pick actually just now.
Oh wow, Jesus!
And
I don't
Colts are
know
about
how
to score
that
again.
played. I don't know how that team played so well. But then again, there was the win factor, and they were not running the ball
Passing the
constantly.
ball.
Like something. I'm telling you right now, when we get there, I have a lot to say.
So we did take the Patriots. I'll give the Patriots credit for what they've done over the past few weeks. They've actually decimated teams they were supposed to decimate. Like, I'm sorry. I gotta say it again. I'm not impressed with them beating the Jets. Any team can beat the Jets. Let's be honest here. Buffalo was an impressive win. However, there is a little bit of controversy in that with the wind. We don't know how they'd play against them if there was no wind, and also how they would do if Jones had to pass, and if the offense was actually clicking on all cylinders for the Bills. But besides those 2 things that we gotta say, they've been impressive. They've won games that they need to win, and that's all that matters in the NFL. It does not matter how you win; it just matters that you won and you keep going on. Does that make sense, Potter?
My dog does not. My dog does not agree. He's a Bills fan though, so he does not agree. Right. I know it was bullshit. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about it.
So, real
He's
quickly,
pissed.
he's pissed about
See?
what happened with Buffalo or with
He's
New
pissed.
England.
He's pissed about what happened with Buffalo, and now hearing that Cam Jones has thrown now 3 picks. 3. Yeah.
No, he's only thrown 2. He only threw 2.
Oh, you said there was a third. Okay, so it's
He
only
said he just threw his second one just now at the start of the third quarter.
2 picks is 2 picks, buddy. I know. Relax. 2
Yeah.
picks is still 2 picks. We're right. Wolf knows we're right. 2 picks is still 2 picks.
And here's the thing, though. I don't think the Indianapolis Colts defense is actually a good defense compared to Buffalo's.
Yeah, compared to Buffalo. Honestly, though, they're a young defense, and they're starting to make their way.
So now let's go to the next game that actually got postponed and canceled. The Las Vegas Raiders going into Cleveland, take on the Cleveland Browns. Power, I'll let you talk about this first while I take a little bite of my food here.
I'm going to take the Raiders, okay? And I've seen Cleveland. Okay, listen, Cleveland's most of their team is on the COVID protocol list. So that means, in my opinion, not going to be ready for Sunday's game, no matter what. And even if that was the case, Cleveland doesn't look like the team they were last year at all, in my opinion. They just seem sluggish. Not work. It just seems like a different. Like they might be regressing back to their old Cleveland ways. Does it feel like that to you?
Not to their full extent. Like if they're going back to their Cleveland ways, they'd be 1-15 right now.
No, but I said regressing. Like, no,
They're regressing,
going
yes, and
down
I
the slippery
think
slope.
honestly, I think they're just a little overhyped and they believe they're hype.
And I agree. I believe they're going down that slippery slope. But them and only them can turn it around. They are still not out of playoff contention. Again, it is in the AFC, along with the Raiders, who have been strong, very strong since the departure of John Gruden. I think the Raiders are the strongest they've been in a long time. And the Raiders are going to continue their winning ways and take advantage of a protocol weakened Cleveland team.
Also, I'll say this:
Britain.
that the Cleveland Browns have been on a win-loss type of season so far since they won against the Broncos a few weeks ago back. A very few weeks ago back, won against the Broncos, lost to the Steelers, beat the Bengals, lost to the Patriots, beat the Lions, lost to the Ravens, and then beat the Ravens last week. Whereas the Raiders right now are on a decline. They've actually, out of their last 5 games, they've only won 1 of their 4, and that one game was against the Cowboys. However, this game is going to be based off of COVID protocol because of what happened with the Browns, and I don't see the Browns actually being fully to strength to beat the Raiders this Monday night, right? They play Monday,
I
right,
think
Potter?
they said Monday or Tuesday.
Let me make sure of that real quick. It is Monday. They play Monday. Raiders and
Okay.
Browns Monday night. Monday at 5 p.m. So I'm taking the Raiders as well because of COVID. However, if this was not because of COVID, I might actually take the Browns.
Right, the Browns are stacked. Like on paper, the Browns should win every game this year.
They should. They should be one of the best teams in the AFC. Just
Sadly,
saying.
that's how football is. It has honestly become a week-to-week type of league.
All right, I'm gonna let Potter talk about this next game. It's the Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills. Go ahead. I know you have a lot to say.
So, in the wind, this man, Mac Jones, had 3 attempts. Okay, 3 passing attempts. I'm pretty sure he was successful in all 3 attempts. Was he not?
No,
Oh, seemed
he was
like he
two for
was.
three. He was 2 for 3.
So the refs beat us again. Like the Patriots ran down our throats, and then what seemed like a for sure win in Tampa. I still am in utter disbelief of that no hold call. I don't know if you've seen the pictures online, but Diggs' jersey was getting pulled. Like have you ever seen like the Little Giants? Remember when that girl is like dragging the boy, or like that Spike Kid is dragging the boy across the shit, and they're holding onto his jersey? That's what it looked like. They stretched that motherfucker's jersey out. You can clearly see it was a hold the whole time. That should have been a touchdown, or at least a 1st and goal on the 1 yard. So the clear refs are blind, and but Buffalo, please, for fuck's
Can
sake,
I actually butt in real quick?
your run defense. Hold on, Wolf. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Fix your run defense. Why Star Lutilile sits on the fucking bench every other fucking week when we go against a fucking running base team is literally be fucking on me. Brian Dubois, you are fucking. I know I shouldn't say that word. But screw you, Brian Dubois. Screw you, because you're going to run that team in the goddamn. Yeah, that's right. I'm telling them. It's just bullshit. I do everything. I do all my stuff right. I watch every game, Super Bowls. I do everything to try to help this team win, except call the goddamn plays myself or be a part of the team. Because seriously, a lot of this shit has this ref shit, and the fact that we didn't freak out, like nobody even batted an eye that motherfucker pulled on his jersey. Nobody batted an eye at the other penalty either. But Tom Brady got flicked, barely touched, and they get the penalty that helps them get the win? The fuck is that? All right, I'm sorry, Wolf. You can go ahead.
So first of all, I'm not upset about the Diggs thing as much if they called the game fairly, especially in overtime when Mike Evans threw Levi Wallace onto him. That penalty, like if you're gonna not call the pass interference call on Diggs, the Diggs one where he held the jersey, you at least don't call the one where Mike Evans grabs on the Levi Wallace, pulls him in to force the pass interference call in overtime. You remember that call, right?
Yeah. I've seen that. That's the call that they made. But they clearly missed the pass interference on Diggs not 5 minutes prior to that.
Yep.
That's why I'm pissed.
Secondly, about the run defense with Startuli, he was actually injured last week.
The dude's injured every other week. Remember when we had like a good nose tackle like Marcel Darius and we just let him go for no fucking reason? Just saying.
I understand your frustration of Star being injured half the time. I understand that. However, he was injured. I don't think that's a coaching decision. I think that's more of him being injured, and I think Buffalo's problem with the defensive line and the defensive run game is that they play too much nickel. They have it where they have too much like deep Bs on the field at all times when they shouldn't even have them on the field.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this real quickly. I don't want to make this a Buffalo Bills video, but
me and my dad had a rant about it after the game. I wish that Buffalo would go back to a 3 or a
4-3.
Yeah.
I think what they need to do is they need to take Tremaine Edmonds. Really good player. I think he's in the wrong spot at middle linebacker. I think we need to get a strong middle linebacker in that spot and put Tremaine Edmonds maybe on the defensive line as a rushing linebacker or an outside linebacker that can either rush in or he can play the bass when they need him to. I don't think the middle linebacker spot is actually ideal for Tremaine Edmonds.
I mean, I could see him in an end spot.
A defensive end?
No, I'm saying like playing on the outside.
On the outside, yes. I think he should be like a Von Miller. Von Miller plays the pass as well as a linebacker spot. He just rushes more. I think he'd be great in that situation. I just don't think that he actually has a talent to be it, but I don't think he has like the beefiness to stop a run offense that's just gonna run down your throats down the middle.
Right.
Anyways, Pirates taking Buffalo obviously against Carolina. Real quickly about the Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton's not working for you guys. Just being honest with you guys. I don't see Buffalo having too much of a problem against Carolina's defense, and hopefully Buffalo gets some momentum going for next week because that is the game that's going to matter for Buffalo, especially if they want to win the division. And the way it's looking right now for the Colts and Patriots, I mean, it looks like that game might be bigger than everyone thought it was going to be if the Colts keep it up against New England at the moment. I'm taking Buffalo as well to beat the Carolina Panthers. You have anything else to say really about Buffalo or Carolina?
Honestly, fix your run defense, bro. Make personnel changes in the game, dude. That's what you're getting paid for. Don't fucking sit there and let them run up the goddamn gut. Literally, they broke it down to the analysts and it showed where they ran the most. Like it was halftime, and they had 129 yards up the middle, not to the right, not to the left, up the goddamn middle. Please fix it. And bring next game.
Up next are the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins.
God damn, what another shit show. Well, I mean, shit game of the week. I'm gonna definitely never ever pick the Jets. Ever for anything ever. Dolphins.
So, Padre, you know how much I hate the Dolphins, right?
I know how much you hate the Dolphins, but don't you hate the Jets more?
Jet fans aren't as bad as Dolphin fans. Let's be honest here.
Eh,
They can
I
be if
don't
they
believe.
win, but their team can never win. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but the Dolphins actually can.
And that's what makes their
That's why.
fans worse.
No, I respect them more.
So here's the thing about the Dolphins is that the last 5 games they were actually on a 5-game winning streak. They've been beating teams they had to beat. Somehow they beat the Ravens of all teams, but they beat the Jets last time they faced off against them. I don't see this being any different. Real quickly, what's your thoughts about Zach Wilson?
Yeah. It's really hard to say because like they haven't done much. Like he's tried. He's really done his best for being on a shit team. Like I gotta give him that respect. He has done his best with the cards he's been dealt. That is what I'll say about him.
I have a feeling that this is another Sam Darnold situation with Zach Wilson. I don't
Yeah,
know. Hmm?
are they gonna give up on him that quick?
I don't think they're gonna give up on him. I don't think they should. But at the same time, this is the Jets organization I expect to win franchise every 2 seasons. If you're not winning in like second season as a head coach, you're getting fired out of there because that's how the Jet fans are.
Yeah, okay, but like that's not how you build a coach or a team. And Jets fans need to understand that, and that's why they're fucking worse than Dolphins fans. Because at least fans will let their coach mature and grow with their squad. It takes more than 2 years to build a fucking bond and a fucking friendship. And that's what a football team is. It's like a brotherhood. Jets fans don't understand that, and that's why their team fucking sucks.
So I'm thinking Dolphins as well to be the Jets. I don't think it's gonna be much of a contest.
It's
Um,
not.
anything else
Sorry, Zach.
before we go next game?
Sorry, Zach Wilson. Hopefully you can get dealt to a better team like fucking your predecessor.
Up next, we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna keep this from like actual scheduling of how it was before the COVID stuff. So we got the game on Tuesday night, which is a Washington football team at the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Washington football team seems to be in the same boat as a couple of other teams in the league where a lot of their players are falling under COVID protocol. So I have no choice but to take the Eagles. I really want to believe in the Washington football team, but they're missing a lot of key players. And I just don't think that they can beat. I just don't think like they're a weakened team like the Browns. Like it's the same opinion I have. It's just not going to happen. I love the enthusiasm, but I don't know. I have to take the Eagles.
Now, if this was not a COVID related game, I'd be taking Washington. I trust Washington more than
Same.
the Eagles. However, Eagles do not look like they have any COVID protocol. Now, of course, anything can happen before Tuesday, right? We're recording this on Saturday night. There might be news speculation coming out that Washington's getting most of their players back because they passed the COVID protocol, because there's new protocols now, apparently, that the NFL produced to get players back quicker. And then you also have maybe someone from the Eagles actually gets taken out as well, like Jalen Hurts. We don't know. But what we do know right now is that Washington has a lot of people on COVID. Philly does not. So I think Philly over Washington. I think it's the obvious choice, right?
They have a complete team, in my opinion,
The
a more
Eagles.
healthy team. So it'd be like this. So let's just say, let's just say we're the Buffalo Bills, and Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen are going through protocol, and we're their backups. Would you trust me and Wolf to play football? No offense. Would you trust me and Wolf to? No, not at all. So yeah, no, sorry, I got to take the Eagles. Maybe that was a bad analogy.
It'd be
I
like
feel like I
having
lost.
Chad Kelly playing quarterback for him. Okay, I think that'd be a
Right.
better
It'd be like having
understanding.
our quarterback's down, but our head coach is gonna play quarterback. He's 75 years old.
All right,
You
up
know?
next. Anything else beside for the Philly and Washington game?
I really Washington, I feel for you. I hope you guys get better soon. I really hope that your players come back before Tuesday and me and Wolf get fucking burned because you guys are having all your players come back. I'm just
Without your
saying.
players, though, I just can't see you guys winning. That's the problem. Up next, Arizona Cardinals at the Detroit Lions.
The Lions got a win since the last time me and you did this. They only have one win,
They have a
but a
tie as
win
well.
nonetheless. Huh?
They have a tie as well.
They freaked out super hard when they won.
I know they did.
Well, and being here, like fans were relieved to get a win, but I'm I'm gonna stand here and admit that I was wrong. At the beginning of the year, I talked all this hype about the Lions, about how they're gonna be a changed team, about how they're gonna be different, about how it's gonna be different. This team has energy and blah blah blah. And you know what? For a while, I was right because they fought every game. They weren't losing. They weren't getting blown out. They were losing in overtime. They were losing by 3 points. I've never seen people so devastated, except for when I've lived in Buffalo. Literally, their team was losing by 2, 3, 4 points, not like 20 points or like 28 points. You know what I'm saying? But like fans around here, I could tell they've given up. They've given up hope. Everybody says that Jared Goff is a bum. They don't know why they traded away Matt Stafford. People regret trading away. Like the fans around here now regret trading Matt Stafford away. I feel for them. I really do. Another reason why I'm not picking the Lions to win this week. I just don't think they have it. I think they should bust for the rest of the season. If he has any chance of keeping his job, Dan Campbell, if he has any chance of keeping his job, he will bust the rest of the season now and get a number one draft pick. And he'll make it a good one to go with his he needs a receiver. He needs something. I think that they could draft the next best. I don't think Jared Goff's their answer. I think they thought he was, but he's just I don't know. Maybe, and I feel like the analysts were right at the beginning of the season that Jared Goff has taken their decline, and Sean McVay knew. That's why he was quick to let him go, even though he's only been in the league 4 years, and he's what is he only 24 years old or 25 years old?
Something like that.
So yeah, I mean it's really tough. It reminds me of when the Bills were like. Do you remember a couple of years ago when the Bills were having seasons like that? 8 and
Jared Goff
8.
is 27.
Still, he's still young, but like he, I feel like he doesn't have a lot of football left in him. Not as a starting quarterback. I'm taking. I haven't
Arizona.
even talked about the other team. Arizona. Holy shit! Yeah, they're definitely not losing to the Lions.
So one thing we got
Definitely
to talk
not.
about with Arizona is that they lost D-Hop. D-Hop's out for the season.
Yeah, but still, even so,
That's going to hurt
someone's
him in the
going to step
playoffs,
up.
though.
That team is a great team. I knew it last year when they played against the Bills. They just they seem complete. They like so in tune with each other. Like you could tell how they play football by the way they play football. And Kyler Murray's having a fun time doing it. There's not a lot of pressure on him. You feel like if you're in a quarterback's position, you got the whole team on your back, and that's in a sense true. But I think with this team, it's a little different. I think that the rest of the team helps this man. Like this man has come in so poised. Like he is really, really like matured into a good quarterback. I don't know if you disagree.
No, I mean, I think Kyler Murray is a above average quarterback. I don't think he's in the elite spot yet. Um,
No, not yet, but he's matured for sure since last year.
yeah, he's matured. I don't know with this team. I don't know how Kyler Murray's going to do in the playoffs. I don't know how they're going to do without D Hop and without JJ Watt on defense.
And you know what? When we get there, we'll analyze it then. For now, they are a winning football team on their way to the playoffs.
And they're
Yes,
taking on a
Kyler Murray
team
will
that
be
is the
good.
Lions.
Right.
I gotta take Arizona to
So
beat the Lions
A-
easily.
Arizona's going to beat the Lions. Like we're not even. Yeah, Arizona's going to the playoffs. We'll talk about that when we get there.
All right, up next, Dallas Cowboys going into New York to take on the New York Giants, and this is apparently an upset alert for most people. Well, for one person,
Okay,
I should say.
so Daniel Jones is out, and there's only one person that picked the Giants. I'm pretty sure, if what you told me is correct. And I'm going to tell you right now, Smooth. Why? But why? Did you not even check COVID protocol first? Do you not check the injury report? Do you
Jones
really
is not
think?
is not out because of COVID though. He's out because of injury.
I know he's injured. That's why I said, do you check the injury report? I'm gonna finish now. Hang on. Why? I just don't get it. Dallas has done so well, and, and you know what? This is about the time of the year where they start to play like crap, but they haven't. They have been steamrolling along. And I don't think there's anything that's going to stop them, especially not the New York Giants. I'm taking the Cowboys.
So here's the thing: do we know who the Cowboys, who the Giants starting quarterback is going to be this Sunday?
No,
I hope it's not Mike Glennon because it might be Glennon. However, there's
it
another
might
quarterback on that
be.
roster. There's another quarterback on that roster. Do you know who that is?
No.
Jake Fromm is on the Giants roster.
Oh, shit, really?
They took him from the Bills practice squad.
Oh, wow.
Fromm could be playing against Cowboys.
I think that'd be unlikely. I think they played Glennon before.
Last week, the Giants played Glennon, and it was a shit show for Giants, if we're being honest. They lost to the Chargers 31-21. Let me see what Mike Glennon's stats was.
That doesn't sound like a shit show.
Okay, here's the shit show.
31
Mike
21?
Glennon, 36 passes, 17 completions, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not a good QBR either as well.
Huh?
Mike Glennon was playing check down offense against the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's probably what they asked him to do.
Probably.
Honestly, like you can't be upset with Mike Glennon for doing his job. What did you say? 17 for 36?
191 yards.
17 for 36, 191, 2 tubs and a pick. That's
Mm-hmm.
not bad football for a backup quarterback,
Not
especially
at
not for
all.
Mike Glennon. That's not bad football. So if I was the Giants, I'd be playing him again and not taking a risk.
Their season's over, though. Let's be honest here. I think I kind of want to see him do it, just to see if they actually put Fromm in there.
I'd love to see Fromm play. Don't get me wrong.
I'm kind of biased because I'm a Bills fan, but
There's been many of Madden seasons where I've kept Fromm on the Bills roster, and eventually he becomes my backup, and eventually he becomes my starter. Like after Josh Allen was with me, like I fast forwarded. I just wanted to see what happened. I fast forwarded 10 years, and Jake Fromm was the starter, and Josh Allen had just left the Bills after 10 years.
so I'm not gonna be like smooth. I'm taking Cowboys easily over the Giants. Even if
Yeah,
Fromm does
smooth,
play,
but why? Smooth, but why?
I don't know, but I don't see Dallas stopping anytime soon, especially if their last 4 games. Let me check their games real quickly here. They got the Giants, then they got Washington, Arizona might be a problem for them, and then the Eagles. I don't see them having a problem here, and they're winning the NFC East with ease probably. I'm taking Cowboys over Giants.
Don't forget to censor me earlier.
Yes, I know about what
Because
you said about the Bills. Yes.
yeah. Sorry again about that. I was ranting and I'm upset.
You have any more things to say about Giants and Cowboys?
Honestly, if Glennon plays, it could be a game, but I still don't think the Giants are going to beat the Cowboys. I think Glennon has more of a chance to play well against them than Jake Fromm. That's just my opinion. No offense to Jake Fromm.
All right.
Jake Fromm's Jake Fromm.
Up next, we have the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This was one of the tough games for me to pick between because the Titans have played well this year, but it's mid-December. The Steelers are really on a roll. I gotta take the Steelers over the Tennessee Titans because honestly, if anyone's gonna stop Derrick Henry, it's gonna be the Steelers.
Derrick Henry's still on injured reserves.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cool. So even better.
AJ Brown is also on injured reserves. The only one they have really playing is Julio Jones.
That could be a problem though. Julio could potentially be deterring for that secondary. However, I think the Steelers can handle him. I'm still
Let's
going to
talk.
take the Steelers.
Let's talk about Ryan Tannehill for a second. A lot of people actually are saying about how great Ryan Tannehill is as a quarterback. Do you agree with that at all?
Who? Tannehill? I
Tannehill.
think he's definitely ridden on the upward slope. I don't think Tannehill by any means is an elite quarterback
My
by
problem
any
right
means,
now with Ryan
but
Tannehill
I think he's
is
a better quarterback than when he was in Miami for sure. He learned a lot being in Miami, so he knows how to manage a football team. He's what I mean when I talk about a person who can lead a football team, a quarterback, or a quarterback that can manage a football team. Ryan Tannehill, in my opinion, is no more than a glorified backup. Ryan Tannehill is a great quarterback, and he's great to have on the roster. However, I wouldn't say he's my guy. He's going to take me to a Super Bowl.
my problem with this is that let's say how long ago was this? Let me check real quickly here. Do we think that the Houston Texans are a good defense?
I mean, for the most part, I thought they were all right for a while.
So
They've lost really.
3 weeks ago when they took on the Houston Texans, Ryan Tannehill threw 4 interceptions, 52 passes.
Yeah, the Texans have a strong secondary.
And then against the Patriots, Jones also, well, he didn't have a bad game. 93 yards, 1 touchdown,
You
one
mean
pick.
Tannehill?
Yeah,
You mean
Tannehill.
Tannehill?
Yep.
Tannehill again. is a decent quarterback. He's a manager though. He's like, in my opinion, he's a better Mike Glennon. He can manage the game for you, but he's not your guy. I promise you, Tennessee Titan fans, do not buy into the Tannehill hype. He is aging only more each and every year. He is not the viable option. I have never believed that Ryan Tannehill was a viable option. I liked him in football excuse me.
in
I liked
college.
him a lot. Then he got drafted to the Dolphins. And from there he's been shaky. Then he came to the Titans and played great. But how long did it take him? How long
Okay,
until he was playing all right?
what I'm trying to say is that I think Ryan Tannehill is a product of the play action that the Titans manage with Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Without Derrick Henry, he has been very
Shit.
yuster. Let's just say.
Just say shit. Shite.
What?
He has been
Shit?
shite.
Shite? Yes. 14 touchdowns, 13 interceptions for this season. He almost has as many interceptions as touchdowns. However, they're taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Who have really good corners. No, let's not talk about Big Ben Roethlisberger. Let's talk about Minka Fitzpatrick, the man who is going to pick off Ryan Tannehill at least once. Let's talk about Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden, another really good defensive back that the Steelers have. Probably going to pick off Tannehill. I just don't think that the Titans are going to. No. Julio
So
Jones is going to get double covered.
it's kind of funny that you want to talk about Minka Fitzpatrick this season, who only has 2 interceptions this season, actually, for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year.
Interceptions this season. Watch him get 2 more in this game. Watch him have 4 by the end of this game.
I'm just trying to say that he's having a slump year this year.
And I think that he's gonna his turnaround game right here, right now. He's gonna take advantage of the fact that they don't have Derrick Henry. They're gonna try to run, and it's not gonna work. And then Tannehill's gonna get pressured like he always does and make a bad decision. And I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be between Minka Fitzpatrick or Joe Hayden that gets a pick in this game. I'm just calling it now.
So you're taking the Steelers.
Of course, I'm taking the Steelers.
All right. I'm not taking the Steelers as well because the Steelers actually have more to lose in this game than the Titans do. I think Titans already have a clinch spot.
A lot more to lose. And guess who plays well in tough situations? Guess who plays well in tough situations?
Ben?
You said it earlier. His name's Big Ben Roethlisberger. Plays well in tough situations. Guess who doesn't play well in tough situations? Ryan Tannehill. Another reason why I'm taking the Steelers. You can go ahead and move on now, buddy.
All right, so we're taking the Steelers easily. I think this is a lot more to lose for the Steelers than it is for the Titans. However, if the Titans do beat the Steelers, I think it's time for the Steelers to actually accept they're not making the playoffs if they do not beat Tennessee.
And accept the fact that it's time to click the restart on the reboot. Honestly, I think it's time to if the Steelers lose this game and they get knocked out of playoff contention, it's time to really start thinking about bringing in a viable quarterback option to lead this team.
All right, let's go through this game quickly. Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, I mean, okay, hold on. Did I take the Jags or did I take the Texans? Because I can't remember that specific game. Hold on, I'll check again.
You told me Houston.
I said, yep, Houston. Okay, and the reason why I picked Houston is because of Tyrod Taylor. Again, another perfect example of a game manager. Tyrod Taylor knows how to play this game of football. And I think, especially with the departure of Urban Meyer, everything up in the air for Jaguars franchise right now, I think they're trying to tank. That would be the best decision for them to tank. I'm going to take the Texans.
So the Texans are trying to tank as well because they benched Tyrod for Davis Mills.
Did they really? I think Tyrod's not going to play this game.
Apparently not. That's what I've heard.
Did Davis Mills play well?
Davis Mills is okay. I mean, he had that game against the Patriots, if you don't remember that.
I do. I just don't think that can last. I think Tyrod's the viable option.
I think so too. However, I think Houston already realized they're 2-11. They're basically down this season. I mean,
But
what else can you really
they
do?
can beat the Jaguars.
I mean, last week when they took on Seattle, they started Davis Mills over Tyrod as well.
Either way, I think I'm still going to take the Texans.
I think what they're trying to do is that Houston's trying to figure out if they actually have a quarterback in Davis Mills because he's a rookie this season, or if they
That's
don't.
exactly what they're doing. Because they're tanked either way.
Now, a lot of people are going to talk about Jacksonville firing Urban Meyer this week.
Back to college with you.
People think that this is going to actually infect the Jaguars against the Houston Texans and give them the edge.
I don't think so.
I have no idea who their interim head coach is. And I have no idea how anyone's really going to play on that Jaguars front. I'm pretty sure that team was not really trying or playing with Urban Meyer as the head coach as well.
No, I think that team lost interest in him fast.
So I think they're going to want to come out here. If they lost interest in Urban Meyer, I think they're going to want to go out there and prove that he was the problem by winning against the Houston Texans this week.
I mean, I still taking the Texans. I think the Texans want to see if Davis Mills has it. Mills has it.
I'm going to take Jacksonville just to have something different because we've been actually together on most of our picks this week because, you know, it's very easy. This week has been very easy. Huh?
I said it is very easy to be on the same page.
So I want to be on different pages for once. I'm going to take Jacksonville over to Houston. I want to see exactly how Trevor Lawrence is going to play without Urban Meyer actually affecting him. I want to see if this Jacksonville offense or defense actually starts realizing what they actually are. What people thought they were in the start of the season. I mean, you were high on Urban Meyer to start the season, weren't you?
I was a little high on Urban Meyer to start the season. I'm not going to lie.
Because he's a Ohio State coach.
Correct.
Which, you know, my problem with Urban Meyer is that he was a recruiter that basically was just there just to manage talent. It doesn't work in the NFL, sadly.
No, it doesn't.
But let's talk about this. Urban Meyer's gone. Jacksonville has a lot of proof in this game, and a win against Houston will be a big improvement for them, really, this season. So I'm taking Jacksonville over Houston. Anything else really to say about this game?
No.
Up next, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the San Francisco 49ers.
I took the 49ers.
Yes, you did.
I don't think they're out of it yet.
Out of what exactly?
Anything.
You mean the playoff race?
Right.
I can't count them out of the playoff race either when they're actually in the 6th seed.
Right. But again, I haven't really followed either one of these teams much. I'm going to be honest about that.
San Fran is in a good spot right now. They're actually in the 6th seed. They're in the playoffs right now if the season ended today. Atlanta's 6-7. They're kind of a downward spiral. Let me see Atlanta's last games. I believe they lost their last 3. Oh no, they actually beat the Panthers last week. So they're actually on a winning streak right now. They've actually beat the Panthers. However, take that as you will. I think the Niners are a different team than the Panthers. I'm taking the Niners to beat the Falcons easily because I don't see the Falcons actually being much of a problem for them.
I agree.
And you're taking San Fran as well?
Correct.
All right, up next, another game we're going to disagree on. Thankfully, Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos.
See, I love what Denver's been doing this season. I really think that, and I've said it at the beginning of the season, they are my sleeper AFC team to be in the playoffs. And I really think Denver can do it. I've always been super high on Teddy Bridgewater. I've always liked the way that Teddy Bridgewater plays. He's a poised quarterback. He knows how to play a system. I think they got the stuff. I think that they could go. I think they could go. I don't know if they'll go deep, but I think they can make a run. I really think they could. And I'm pretty sure the rest of the Broncos' schedule is pretty fair till the end of the season, anyhow.
I can check that right now. Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Raiders, Chargers. I mean,
All teams that the Broncos could beat very easily. All teams that the Broncos could beat.
how
So
about
as that,
Cincinnati?
so I'm gonna get behind what that priest said in that episode of South Park. Let's go, Broncos. I'm really behind the Broncos this year, and that's really what I'm going to say about this. I know we're going to disagree, so I'm going to let you go ahead and disagree with me.
So this is a game that is very hard to say because I was saying the Broncos are making the playoffs. This is a game that's going to prove which team makes it and which team gets eliminated probably from it. They're both
Exactly.
they're both 9 and 10 in the seeding for the AFC at the moment. They're not even like in the seventh seed. They're not even like near the seventh seed. They're all like in the ninth and 10th. Um, and plus the AFC is so crowded with good teams this year. I mean, you got the Broncos at 7-6, Bengals at 7-6, Browns 7-6, Bills 7-6, and Colts 7-6. It's a tough race to make it to the AFC
It's
playoffs.
going to really come down to the wire. But I really see the Broncos getting there. I can see it.
The
They
Broncos,
have a
I
bad
think, are a good team.
they have a nice team.
I also think the Bengals are a good team as well this year. They've proved themselves in key situations, especially against games like Pittsburgh and Vegas Raiders. I will call them the Vegas Knights, by the way. However,
Honestly, I just
the the problem with the Bengals is they've lost games like against San Fran and Chargers that make you think, okay, maybe they're not like there yet. So it's gonna be Teddy Bridgewater versus Joe Burrow. I'm taking Joe Burrow. Bengals. I have a feeling they're gonna win this week. They're gonna try and make them get back on the winning streak. However, I'm gonna say this: these teams might not even make the playoffs. If we're being honest, that's how good the AFC is this year for the playoff race.
yeah, and I disagree with you. I really do. I really think that the Broncos can beat every single team and the rest of their schedule. I really think that their team is is pretty good. Like for what they are, like they're definitely the sleeper team, my sleeper team. I think they can definitely handle Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Yes, Joe Burrow and the Bengals have had a lot of key situations where they've come out on top. They beat their rival. I think did they beat them twice?
The Steelers.
The
Yes, they beat the
Steelers.
Steelers twice.
They did. So that's a big milestone for them. I know it's been a while since they've done that. So, but again, I really am high on the Broncos this year. I just think it's going to be a really close game. I think both these teams have a lot to prove. I just think I think the Broncos are going to want it more. It's been a long time since the Broncos and the Bengals have been a part of the playoffs, I believe.
You're not wrong about that.
So, I mean, it'd be nice to see. This is going to bring it down to which team, one of those teams, is going to go forward, like Wolf said.
So Potter's taking Denver. I'm taking
The
Bronco.
Broncos.
I'm taking Bengals. Making sense. Up next, We got the Green Bay Packers at the Baltimore Ravens.
Another team, I believe, that's suffering terribly from the COVID, correct?
Actually, I don't think the Ravens are suffering that much. They just have Lamar Jackson questionable after injuring his ankle last week against the Browns.
It's questionable. I don't think he's going to be out. I like what Baltimore's got going on. And Green Bay's great. It's hard to bet against Green Bay. But I'm gonna stick to my guns and go with Baltimore.
So I'm taking Green Bay even if Lamar Jackson's playing. Aaron Rodgers. That, that's a hard team to beat with Aaron Rodgers on as a quarterback for Green Bay. We've seen it before firsthand. Green Bay is fighting for the first overall seed in the NFC in general as well. They do not want to lose this game against Baltimore. Baltimore wants to get back into the playoff hunt, not playoff hunt, but back into the top seed. Where actually right now, as it stands, Kansas City is actually number one right now in the AFC.
I don't know how.
Um, they are 10-4 right now, but New England, if they won, they would have the seed back, but you never know. Um, but yeah, Kansas City is on top right now as we speak, as we're talking. However, Baltimore winning wouldn't change it. If Tennessee wins, then Tennessee would take back the first seed in the AFC as well. But back to the game in hand, I think this is going to be a close contest. I think both teams are going to go out there and beat the hell out of each other. You said something?
I
Pardon?
I agree with that
Yeah.
statement. No, I agree with that statement.
This is going to be a very, very interesting game, ladies and gentlemen, especially since it's in Baltimore. Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay only for the fact that they want to have the first seed in the NFC. I don't know if Baltimore actually has a chance to get the first seed in the AFC. And honestly, I think Baltimore is going to be fighting with Cincinnati over the top seed in the AFC North. Man, let's talk real quickly about the AFC North. Baltimore 8-5, Cleveland 7-6, Cincy 7-6, and Pittsburgh 6-1.
They tied with the Lions, didn't they?
Yes, but I'm just saying it's a hoss fight. Like that's a hoss fight. That's a hoss fight division.
Yeah, that really is.
Up next, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams, and that's going to be on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Potter, who do you like in this match for COVID?
I mean, honestly, before COVID, I liked the Rams a lot. Matthew Stafford has left Detroit, and I said it earlier. The fans here regret him leaving because he has had you know what? One of his best seasons, in my opinion. I
Stafford?
mean, his most winning season, in my opinion. I don't know if that's factual. That's why I said in my opinion. I liked
I,
the Rams before, but like literally they are missing all their defensive players because of COVID. I feel bad for people this week who picked the Rams. I'm picking Seattle. Russell Wilson is going to take advantage of a lot of those players being out.
Also, I'll say this is post COVID, before COVID, I will say this about Seattle is that they're a team that's going to fight with their division rivals. They always do.
Oh, always.
The NFC West has been notorious for people fighting each other for division spots and whatnot. So Seattle did have a good chance in mind before COVID even hit, but now with Los Angeles losing OBJ to COVID, they lost Von Miller. Jalen Ramsey's apparently going to be out as well. Now these players could come back because of the new COVID list, because of the new COVID stuff. However, it's hard to say, right?
It really is.
I'm taking Seattle over the Rams as well. I'm probably gonna regret this decision because I'm gonna guarantee you that some team is gonna have their COVID players back before Tuesday with one of these two games. And I have a feeling it's either gonna be the Rams or it's gonna be Washington. I have no idea which team it's gonna be though, and I just can't I can't pick out of that spot. So I'm gonna take Seattle. I'm gonna take Seattle over the Rams. All right, we got two more games left. I'm gonna let you talk about this first one. New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right. So Saints haven't been doing so well this year. I don't see that changing. Not against Tampa Bay. And as much as I hate to do this because I hate Tom Brady, I have to take Tampa Bay. They did their run game. We almost beat them, but they're not gonna. The Saints aren't gonna beat the Bucs. Not at all. Tom Brady is gonna have a good game against the Saints. You got anything to add?
Saints are all injured to hell. Missing Jameis Winston is going to hurt the Saints a lot. I know the Buccaneers have not been able to beat the Saints this season ever since getting Tom Brady, but this is looking like a good. This is looking like a team that Tom Brady's going to whoop on. Are the New Orleans Saints? I don't see that changing anytime soon. I'm taking the Saints over the. I'm taking the Bucs over the Saints. I almost messed that up, but you know what I mean. I'm taking the
Yeah.
Buccaneers over the Saints. I suspect this to be one side for Tampa Bay to beat the hell out of the New Orleans Saints and finally make an example out of them and get their first win against them with Tom Brady as their quarterback.
Right. That'll be another thing.
And last but not least, on Monday Night Football, it's gonna be the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears.
I really like Minnesota in this match. I have not much to say, but I'm going to take Minnesota.
I don't have really much to say either. I don't like Matt Nagy as the coach for the Bears. Minnesota's still in a chance to make the playoffs as well. The NFC is interesting with Minnesota in this AFC, and you got Washington in the seventh. Um, it's hard to say, man. I mean, I think Minnesota's going to take that speed over, and I don't think they deserve it, but hey, they might just take it over easily.
They might.
So yeah, that's going to do it for all our picks tonight. And that is all the picks. As you'll see as on the screen, you'll see everyone else's picks as well. One last thing to say, Potter?
Go football and Merry Christmas.
I'm gonna be doing the Merry Christmas show next week. Probably gonna record it before Christmas because holidays, and then probably get up before Christmas as well because holidays.
Hopefully I'll be around to record that, but just in case I'm not, Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy your holidays. Go football. Hope everybody gets everything they want from Sandy Claus. Sandy Claus.
All right, and that's gonna do it for us, guys. I'm gonna say take care, peace out, guys, and have happy holidays. If I somehow don't get the video out before Christmas, but yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.